Welcome to another Consider This. Tomorrow is my sister-in-law Patty's yahrzeit, the anniversary of her death. I've been down the death road many times. My father died when I was 27. In the past few years, my husband's parents and all of his siblings have died. My favorite cousin Peggy and my beloved business partner and friend Joanne died. I am no stranger to grief. Here's the thing I've learned. Acknowledging and talking about grief at work matters. But it's hard to know what to say. You don't want to make somebody burst into tears. You don't want to cause a scene or appear too nosy. It's tough, but here's the deal. If we're honest, the thing that makes us most afraid is the idea that we might have to get up close and personal with someone else's raw grief. Grief is a universal human experience, yet workplace culture is often inhospitable to people suffering profound loss. Managers come to work prepared to celebrate births and birthdays and even to handle illnesses. But when it comes to death, they fall silent and avert their gaze. The default approach is to try and spare the office from grief, leaving bereaved employees alone for a few days and then hoping they'll return expediently to work. When people are grieving, they need to be seen. They need to know they're not alone. When my father died, I had a boss who understood this. He called me right away and said, "I'm sorry about the loss of your father. I'm sure he was a wonderful man. Our team is thinking of you." Then he asked if it would be okay if he came to the funeral and whether it would be okay if the team sent our family some food. Yes, and yes. Thank you. And then he said, "When you're ready, come back to work. There's no rush. We will cover for you, and when you come back, let's talk about what you need from the team and how we can support you." I felt a profound sense of relief. The grieving person often doesn't know what they need when they return to work. They may be fine one week and not another. A good manager recognizes this and makes checking in with the grieving person a priority. In the weeks that followed my dad's death, my fabulous manager asked me, "Tell me how it's been for you in the last few weeks. What can we do differently? What are we not providing?" He wasn't trying to fix me or my grief. Death is unfixable. Instead, he managed the boundaries between me and the workplace. I am forever grateful to him. Grief is not an illness, it is not a diagnosis, it's not something to rush through, and it's not something to get over or to get beyond. It is the most universal experience we have. We grieve because we love. You're rarely going to be wrong if you offer some acknowledgement. It doesn't need to be long or complex, but it does need to be said. It can be as short as, "I'm sorry you're going through this." Simple things can make a big difference. Close colleagues typically will reach out to grieving coworkers, but it's especially important that the manager does. Managers represent the organization, and their demonstration of support is a signal that the workplace cares. Your employee will remember how you handled this. I still do all these years later. Next time something horrible happens, be the person who has the courage to walk into the grief. Straighten your back, walk over to their office, or pick up the phone and say, "I'm here for you." In addressing grief, managers help organizations do better. They also develop into leaders who can fulfill their company's promise to bring out the best in their workers. You can do it. And one more thing. I invite you to check out our saleswiseacademy.com website. There's lots of great information there for sales leaders and their teams. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.